Hello, everyone. Welcome,
Hello.
welcome. We are super late because we usually do this on Friday evenings, but now we're like late night, technically Sunday.
So, to give an excuse for anyone else that's aware of things happening, Atlas came out. Sorry.
Yes. Uh,
Pretty much it.
it was also Nin's birthday on Friday, so it felt weird to be like, "Hey, come, come be on my stream, even though it's your birthday."
Which I would have been fine with, but at the same time, it's like it would be weird to be like, "Hey, group of people, I'm gonna go hang out with just this one person now, and I care a lot
Yeah.
about this one person, so it would have been fine." But it's
Oh,
like, I
yeah.
don't know.
Anyway, let's get started with some Final Fantasy 14. 16. I did it. I did the thing. Everybody keeps reading it wrong. My autocorrect keeps switching this to 14 every time I type it. uh, it's the team that made 14 that doesn't help. Some of them, the composer and producer at the very least. Right, we have nothing to do left in town. We already wrapped all that stuff up. We just have to do main story, I guess. Oh, we can do the recap.
The little ones have been up to their old tricks again.
Yeah, we gotta do the recap.
And how may I assist you today? How
This
may
is
I
Final
help you
Fantasy
today?
16. We are in a world that is like a realistic fantasy instead of a fantasy based on realism, like Final Fantasy 15. Um, Everyone in the world knows of certain individuals that are born with magical potential. Those people become branded because this world sees them only as tools. Because there's like kings and stuff, and the kings are like, oh, these people are like weapons. We'll use them as weapons. More people use their magic, the more they slowly turn into stone. Uh, Certain branded are also capable of, or like, become dominants and are able to use the powers of the like summoned monsters from previous Final Fantasy titles. Uh, Game starts. Our younger brother is the dominant of Phoenix. We are branded by fire. We have fire powers. Brother has fire powers. We go along with our brother, and our brother is killed by another dominant of fire, which is weird because usually there's only one per element. But the other one is obviously Ifrit. Don't know who it is at first. So Clive sets out to start taking revenge. He gets forcibly put into an Imperial army by his mother. He doesn't like being in this army. Him and his like military unit are sent to kill the dominant of Shiva. When they get there, Clive realizes that Shiva is his childhood friend Jill. He's like, well, I'm not going to kill her. So he turns on his former companions and meets a man named Sid. Sid has a dream of having all of the branded be free and able to make their own choices and decisions. Sid is also the dominant of lightning, otherwise known as like Rama. Uh, Dominant of Ice is Shiva, just for clarity on that. Clive is still like singularly focused on wanting to find this other dominant of fire, but Sid keeps telling him about like his plans and stuff. Clive eventually does find out that the dominant of fire that killed his brother is himself. So Clive is also the dominant of Ifrit. And basically like comes to grips with that, realizes that he's got more pressing things to worry about, and joins Sid on his quest. And Sid wants to make sure that the world doesn't get destroyed because the mother crystals sap all of the ether out of the world. And so Clive and Sid and Jill go to one of the mother crystals and destroy it. In the process, an otherworldly entity called Ultima comes through and wants to use Clive as his vessel. Do not know what any of that is or what it means. Turns out Joshua isn't dead, though. Joshua, being the dominant of Phoenix, apparently can resurrect, which seems pretty obvious from the outset to myself and Nin. But he also, like, imprisoned Ultima within himself, giving Clive more time to get more powerful, I guess. We don't really know the motivation quite yet. But Sid also died in the process of destroying the Mother Crystal, because when Ultima came through, it like sent waves of energy out, and those energies killed Sid. Gav is still okay for now. Completely skipped over the whole part with Clive has the ability to absorb the powers from other dominants. There was another dominant that we fought, dominant of wind, woman named Benedicta. We absorbed her powers and killed her, and apparently, supposedly, Sid sent her head to her lover. I do not know that Sid actually did that, but that's what the game has told us.
Yeah, I severely doubt it was him.
Yeah. But that guy is the dominant of Titan. And so, upon learning that after we destroyed the Mother Crystal, he destroyed our home base. And a lot of people got killed in the process. Gav lost an eye. And, you know, devastation. So, more time passed. Clive took Sid's name to continue Sid's legacy. This is where we found out that, like, when dominants, or when branded use their magic, they start slowly turning into stone, and will eventually completely turn into stone, because they're, like, draining the ether out of their own bodies. They head out to a second Mother Crystal, and destroy it as well. It's also the place where the people had like forced Jill to do things as the dominant of Shiva, and so she was like instrumental in taking revenge. And after we did that, we found out that Lord Kepka is still like the dominant of Titan, is still like heading out and causing mischief and mayhem. And we were like, well, he's attacking one of our like old hometowns, so we gotta go defend that. And everybody's like, well, that's obviously a trap. And they were like, well, no, we're gonna go anyways. And so we did, and took. I forgot to mention that when Sid died, we also took the powers from Sid. So we have wind and lightning in addition to our fire. And we fought Titan, cut off his hands, and took his power. So we also have Earth now. Torgal, our wolf companion, also is like a dominant of a like wolf deity Fenrir and can turn into a powered up state as well. And that's most of what has happened. We are now trying to chase after Lord Kepka because he is still not dead. We just cut off his hands, and he was taken away, and now we're trying to chase after to the most likely case of where he is at with our Uncle Byron, who is one of the best characters in the game and is probably going to die because everybody likable
The
dies.
state of the realm is ever changing, Clive.
I mean, I say that, but there are other likable characters, like Jill's pretty likable, but I'm pretty sure Jill's gonna die at some point because we gotta take her powers too, obviously. I don't know. Since it's very like Game of Thronesy, it's hard to get invested in any of the characters because it very much feels like everybody's like on the verge of being killed at any moment. But yes, let us begin the actual story now. From that recap.
I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark 'em well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands.
Ooh, the spice must flow.
I ran unmuted. Hello.
Are we gonna find out that Clive is the
Many years
Kwisatz
ago,
Haderach?
When you were just a boy, you and I rode this way together, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition
Maybe.
to Drake's Fang.
He let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived, that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a babe.
I didn't mention who Elwyn is. Elwyn was our father. He died on the same night that Joshua was quote unquote killed. So, dead for a long time now.
Who do you think those soldiers were in the end? So, Lord Kepka finally his man.
Also, not surprising at all, the father was also a likable character.
Yeah, he seemed to be the only thing keeping our stupid mother in check.
Ah, there she is. The good old Dalamil Inn.
Yeah, I didn't cover the mother at all. She's like
Quite a thirst.
She married the lead of the Empire, and that's why she forced us into the Imperial Army, because it was like, well, I'm leaving now and going into a much stronger kingdom.
Yeah. The thing I remember is that near the beginning, she was like talking to him about how like, oh, how much Clive was bad and he should be abandoned or thrown aside or whatever. You know, her being mean.
Look, there.
And then he
Those
like
are
lightly
action steeds.
reminding her like,
No doubt
hey,
about
I'm
it.
also worthless in the
And
eyes of
such a
society,
long
and I
ride
ended
from
up here.
Stonehill.
So
Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
Purple's gonna go maul an ant lion.
go play. Like what? Okay.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal? Would you rather be my squire?
No, it's Joshua.
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, we'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go. Hey, you!
Oh no.
Why did he speak up so loudly?
Uncle? Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
Like, very tense about reuniting with Joshua potentially because, like,
I think
Ultima's about to
yeah.
break
Travelers, are
out,
you
so
not?
it's like,
Yeah, it's gonna
Me and
stir
my
him
companions
further.
are strangers.
yeah.
Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads. But we've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two.
Come on.
Friend.
I like him. I like him so much. He's just like fucking. I'm getting my food I ordered.
I'm afraid we
I
don't have
love
a
it.
moment to lose.
I love it. I love
Stay back, Uncle. Gladly.
Don't touch the food with him. I love our uncle so much.
Right.
He's so good. Oh my god. Uncle is the best Final Fantasy character ever.
Yes. Uncle's incredible.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
Cheering us on,
Bird.
too.
Like- I was so confused. I'm like, when did you get the power of summoning a bunch of tiny guns? That's rocks. You're shooting rocks. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
The Titan power we still...
I thought you were like in my head. I was struggling to like visualize what I was looking at. I'm like, why is Harley summoning like 50 tiny guns? What is that power?
For your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Oh my god. Oh.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine.
Clive?
Oh, Clive, don't.
How did he know which door to go in?
Magic brother sensing powers.
Fair enough.
What is it now? It's nothing. Let's go.
The Phoenix Down told him, yeah.
Where are you?
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Look, Father. Hot water. But where are the bearers who heat? Heated by magic.
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted
Weird.
attention.
As if he wasn't the only one who did it.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means, the wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamel is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Yeah, Cupcake doesn't want any visitors because he's very tired of everybody saying, "Do you need a hand?"
Yes.
Anything
Yes.
I can help you with, travelers? Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port Isolde. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's leading entrepreneurs. If only we knew where to find them.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies. I suppose you could do worse than start your search at one of those.
Thank you. You've been most helpful. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of Rosina Dalamil, would you?
No, I can't say I do.
Well, thank you all the same.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. I'm looking for someone. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. Do you know her?
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would you recommend that I look?
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say? Thank you.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
okay. 1 point against Uncle. That's okay. No one can be perfect.
Can I help you? Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe, from old trading stock.
Then you should ask Further. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with all the old merchant families. Try the baths. That's where you'll usually find him.
Thank you kindly. Well, it
I guess
sounds like
Uncle
we have
does
our
have a
man.
charisma we lack because we just kind of
Perhaps.
growl at people.
Let's go and find out exactly what this Further knows.
I've had a hard life.
I mean, fair.
Excuse me. Are you Further?
I am. Can I help you, travelers?
I hope so. You've lived here for some time, is that correct? Do you know Rosina Dalamil? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the desert hare?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around.
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and
But I am a fool.
I like that combo you had going with Uncle there. He's just like, oh, you got a pins against wall here, let me help, and just slaps him a few times too. Oh, that's cool. He has little voice lines when you get hit. For a second, I missaw what that was. I thought Uncle had come to also kick the guy you were kicking at. Can you ask Torgal to transform?
No, I can only like have him do a single target attack or an AoE attack or heal.
You're just curious because last time he transformed into what's it?
Yeah.
Wasn't sure if that became a new mechanic or just like he'll do it when he feels like it.
It seems to be like it's only gonna happen when he wants to, when specific story beats happen, I guess.
That's fair. Oh, cool, he just became Sonic the Hedgehog for a second.
Who are you working for? Him or her?
Him. The boss. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord Further?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the Men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
to the Lock of Leisure.
Needed to a silken
Let's go to the chastity belt.
My carpets!
Is this the place?
Lubo's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
Ah, so it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Furder told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second?
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
I see. You're very busy doing
Let's leave
nothing.
this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants.
That's an RPG protagonist.
Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're gonna listen to this swaggering scruff!
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them, damn you!
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. A word of advice in recompense. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
Ha! It will be easy. Solving
He
his
said
little
Greybeard,
riddle
but
should
yeah,
be
he pretty much did
him.
call him a Grey Muzzle.
Child's play. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this parlor game on any longer than we need to.
All right. Good luck, Uncle. the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil. Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of late?
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing.
That was actually kind of smooth, Bear. I've heard rumors. I'm gonna remember that line. It's a good way to be like, yeah, I've totally heard. You want to tell me more?
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well, thank you. Don't let me keep you from your work any longer.
Juiciest meat from greens.
You wouldn't believe how much he gave me.
What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the Rock and the men of the Rock only.
You have...
Got sold, though.
An agreement with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
Finest fabrics!
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture. What do you want? Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
I'm looking for my pal. Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs, but...
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him.
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so.
All right. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement, but not here.
What are you doing, Uncle?
Oh no. Uncle, you're the best character. Please don't be dumb.
Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. but my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere, and pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that smirk off his face. I arranged to
you're
meet
in
with
this
the
for the
soldiers
wrong
in a
reason.
secluded corner
That's
of the
okay.
Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support if things turn sour.
Let me lead you.
Of course.
I guess I'm the same way. I can get real. Not bitter. What's the word?
Fucking
Not childish. Help me, Harley. What's the word when you're like real?
Single-minded?
No, it's like childish, but not quite that.
Petty?
Yes, thank you. I can also get very petty when it comes to some things. And so I can forgive Uncle for being this way too, I suppose.
Gil for a measly bunch of Kazal greens.
How do we get out of here?
Good question. Do you have a map?
That gate's blocked off. Oh, I see. We go that way.
Wait, incense. What? Just look at the
Been playing Atlas all day, and it's not nice to be able to just hit a button and be like, "Oh God, a map, thank you."
Map.
They do exist.
Speaking of which, it's probably time for us to take a commercial break real quick. Everybody stretch, get water, take care of yourselves. We will be back soon on the other side. And we're back. Thanks for sticking with us. Let's get back to the game. Oh, I see. They're luring us into a trap so that we'd, like, stranded and they can just take all of the riches from Uncle.
Sounds right.
I'll take it from here.
Will you now? No, they actually have crystals.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both!
Get down from there! Remember that guy would have laid there. Be like, you can't reach me. I'm just gonna take you.
It's not over yet, Uncle. Good. I'm just getting warmed up. Stay down.
Every time I see it, it just looks like you pull out a bunch of guns. like your Reaper from Overwatch, but even less efficient. You don't even shoot the guns. You just pull them out to hit people with them and then throw them away.
Well, this is fantasy. What would I know how to do with guns?
Yeah, that's fair. Torgal and this guy were just having a stare down. You interrupt.
Those two are healing everybody.
To fight the chocobos too?
Looks like it.
Where were you going, guy? Can leave some of that chocobo for the inn, so they can make more of that stew, I guess.
More salt this time.
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly, buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon.
What do you think those taste like?
Blue raspberry rock candy.
That's what I was thinking. I saw it and I'm like, all I could think of is, man, I kind of want to give one to Nell.
Clive. So, Sid the Second is a Clive? I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Greybeard.
Double the...
Here, wear this.
Oh, we get another patch.
Oh boy!
Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
We're
Thank
fucking.
you, Lubor.
We have more
And
badges
please,
than a
Feel
fucking
free to send one of
condor
my
at this point.
stoluses back to your people.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Tell
This
them
is just a
that
Pokemon game now.
Dalamil is back
Oh
in bed
yeah,
with Sid.
we need 4 more badges, and we'll have all 8 gym badges now. And then we can take on the Elite Four.
We've summoned Nell.
We mentioned the blue crystal.
To his Achilles.
What?
The same thing his father did at the very beginning of the game.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive. So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold.
Magical messenger owl.
Well then, I wish you a safe journey south. Thank you. Not at all. It was my pleasure. Come on, Uncle. Let's go.
Is it true what I'm...
My carpets have pride of place.
Needed to a silken soft...
Get it while
Like
it's
eating a
hot.
cloud with a crust.
No, because it's flat bread.
What did they say?
Once you go flat.
Oh.
Everything I've worked for, all those years of toil, every coin I've ever earned is tied up in this place.
You all right?
The baths are closed. Leave me be. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need. Might your services be for hire?
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business, the baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalamil wouldn't be enough to cool it. I've no doubt that my woes stem from the water's source. But I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers thinking I've abandoned the place. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you, go to Dusnoff Terraces. Tell me what you find there.
Is your bath just never closed ever?
All right. I'll go and take a look.
Just put up a sign that
It's
says
not
out to
far.
lunch or something.
Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of sulfur will guide you the rest of the way.
Now see, he knows that he lives in a world of a video game. His bath is literally never closed.
My livelihood, my very life, is at stake.
He has one of those. We can't see it. He has one of those ankle monitors on, so if he actually leaves the bathhouse, he gets in huge trouble. He has to Uber all of his meals.
They've opened the gate.
Lubor was true to his word.
We can make our way back to the Fang now, at least.
Good day, my lord. An excellent choice. My thanks. Thank you for your custom.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
There's another side quest here.
So long as we stay out of the bedrooms.
Silver platters, made from the stoutest stoneware.
The juiciest meat from
Take a sniff,
Yes,
sir.
they're quite
The
saucy.
finest fabrics.
I've never even forged a butter knife. Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Neither would I.
Oh, wait. Are you Clive?
Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. I'm Sava, Master Luber's least accomplished apprentice. Soon to be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. Maybe I'm just not the resourceful type. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalamil. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that or pack my bags.
I could give you a hand if you like. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been, and that Lubor needs all the capable hands he can find.
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So, where do we start?
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalamil. Nothing is ever simple with that man.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor's puzzle. We need information. The more the better.
You're right. There's no point fumbling in the dark, I suppose. Now, who to speak to first? There's plenty of folk in Dalamil who use knives for a living. There's the butcher, of course, and any number of cooks. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right. I think we have a plan. Let's get to it, shall we? I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher, and anyone else you can think of.
All right. Good luck.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I'd better get to it.
My carpets have pride of place.
Fresh bread, warm.
Gotta do it all hot first.
What can I do you for?
A question, if you don't mind. I need to know what makes a good carving knife.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something, I suppose.
Fair enough. Knives, is it? First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem, but sinew dulls cheap steel in no time. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block, and I'm a happy woman.
So a knife that stays sharp. Makes sense.
I'll be asking for you again, my sweet.
Then see that you stay a little longer next time.
Sweet incense! Wax candle!
This is quite a large area to have to search for somebody. What? I don't think so.
I am. I have many concerns. Many concerns.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
It would make us fine.
Kneaded to a silken softness, like eating a cloud with a crust.
We talked to about this.
Bowls and basins.
Won't you come and play, handsome?
1,000 gil for a measly bunch of dissolved green.
And you can't even fill my cup, your nose.
Ah.
What is it? I'm in no mood for chatter.
Sorry. Do you mind if I ask your trade?
Hunter, why?
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes a good carving knife? I assume you use one out in the field.
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade, not while I'm on the hunt. If your knife snaps every time you use it, you'll be spending coin as fast as you make it. Times are hard enough as it is.
Thank you. I won't keep you any longer.
All business, eh? Man after my own heart.
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation.
Why did I even bother
Seven
asking?
had better luck than I did.
Just look at the detail.
What makes a good knife? It's sharp and doesn't break.
The finest
Like, oh wow, I never thought of that. I thought people loved brittle, dull knives.
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or should I be looking for a new trade?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp. But I don't see how that relates to the spirit of Dalamil.
I didn't have much luck either. All the cook said was that he needs his knives to be light. Too heavy and they do his shoulder in.
So we're no better off than when we started. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his Dalamil remark. But that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that he chooses them carefully. No. We must be missing something. Something right in front of our noses, most likely.
No doubt you're right, but I have to make a start soon. I can't put off making this knife forever.
Agreed. Lubor wouldn't like that much.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin, and it sharpens up nicely with a bit of effort. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light. Meaning someone is gonna be disappointed. Forge Master Lubor, probably.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows their metals, perhaps?
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my test. But maybe there is someone I could turn to. A merchant, a favorite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to tradesmen passing through the Valcroy. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
He was never seen again.
The Gru got him.
Come on.
Yeah.
Every time I mount up in this game, it makes me think about Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yeah, I was thinking. I just want to say it. Oh, I want to play that game so bad, Harley.
Why is it still like 3 months away?
I know.
Will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
The limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
Clive just unsheathes his sword, just smacks the nearest statue. Here you go.
Limestone over in the terraces.
Like the rock right next to us. This is limestone, right?
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the forge.
Right you are. I'll see you shortly.
Yeah,
Huzzah!
there's a... Bang! Okay, here you go. Got some off for you.
Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia.
Make me dismount as I go through the town, isn't it? Yep.
No need to ride from here.
Is the final sting's the one using the cactar needles? No, I'm good, thanks.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Here, have a taste.
Made from the stoutest stoneware. Hanging lanterns, keep it up.
Finally, we'll be able to get what's owed us.
We should get going soon.
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Talmeki and Waloed are allies, and as you've seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. A man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest. I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs.
You're totally not here to gather limestone. You're not helping your blacksmith.
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Silver needs.
Should go ahead and check out the Dos Nocteris, because We're gonna have to go back to town after that anyways, so...
What the hell are those things?
Alright. I go further. Fine. Also mine.
By the flames. That explains the heat.
They're bath spawns. I get it.
Out of the frying pan. No good.
No. How far back is the autosave?
No, not too far.
Right after we collected 3 limestone. Okay, cool.
Come on, girl, the gate's open now, we can press on. Don't tell me you put down roots.
Took a
Ready,
phase
Al?
through the wall there.
By the flames. That explains the heat. The frying pan.
Tried to do the evasive attack through it. Didn't know the timing on it.
That's better.
I'll not be outdone.
There we go.
Uncle's shouting after the fight's over.
Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
This jumping is so strange.
It's because we've played Atlas all day and the jumps are really good.
Yeah.
And you have a double jump, so it's just like, what is this tiny baby jump?
I mean, I feel like even like Lightning Returns has a better jump.
I still need to play that game.
Even Final Fantasy 15 might add a better jump. I need to get back to that one at some point.
You had a pretty good jump in that one, yeah.
That was also based on realism. Give me a better jump, game.
I really wanted to like 15 more.
I still need to finish it. It's too hard to give it an assessment until you get through it, I feel like. It's like I don't have an assessment on this one yet. I'm enjoying the combat, but that's like all I can say about it right now.
I am enjoying the combat. I'm a little annoyed at some of the world building, but I think it's fine for now.
The baths grow more bearable by the moment. It won't be long now before we are back to business as usual.
I'm glad to hear it.
I want to know more about the Eldritch entities.
What did you find at the terraces? What threatened to make me a pauper?
Not what I expected, that's for certain.
Bunch of bath bombs.
Why did we need to fade out for him to say we found monsters on fire?
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame, eh? That's something new to worry about. But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Here, a small something by way of thanks. Right. It's high time I got back to work. With a little luck, the day might yet be salvaged.
It's cooldown time, huh? That one that I use quite a bit. But I already feel like its cooldown time is short enough. Like, I don't think an additional 2.2 seconds off of it's gonna be that necessary.
The finest fabrics, fresh from the
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
You are one of the good ones, you know that. You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping for.
Final Fantasy 14 crafting noises.
That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalamil. Her spirit, if you will.
Let's use the iron, not the limestone.
I only hope Master Lubor agrees.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalamil?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalamil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava: know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable. But only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. Thank you. I was wondering, what would you do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
There goes a master,
yeah.
all right.
It looks like congratulations are in
If
order.
a rich idiot comes and
Couldn't have
asks
done it without
you
you.
how much,
So much
you
for the
tell
Forge
them too
Master's
much.
riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalamil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much at all. Meaning, I had you run around for no good reason.
You've passed your test. That's all that matters. You'll have a forge of your own in no time.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen.
So there's actually a story I have about that. That little bit at the end there. So I used to work at HP, and we sold computers. Let's say on a typical website, if you searched HP on Google, you'd find a computer that was worth $200. If you went to that same website at business.hp.com instead of just hp.com, you would find that same computer for $2,000. And that was the website we gave our partners.
Come on, girl, the gate's open.
Because they would pay that much. Don't buy HP. That's not why not to buy HP. It's other reasons, but it's always been very funny to me that we would have two websites that sell the same thing, but one we would give to rich and stupid people. Or people who didn't care about prices. Like, you know, like we give it to like someone who was like, you know, buying it on someone else's dime. They don't care about the price. They just are gonna tell their boss, hey, we bought an HP computer to do work, and they're gonna be like, okay, cool, here's money.
Love economics.
Yeah. Yeah.
There it is. Drake's Fang.
Kupka will be hiding inside.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert. You'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
I will, Uncle.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize. After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am. And I'm sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back. Had I the courage of my brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot. I fight to build a new world now. A better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms. I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers. Only later did I realize that spark of freedom did not arise by chance, but was kindled by my father. You would see me follow in his footsteps. And that is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria, but by extending his ideals to the whole of the twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy, I am certain my cause is just.
You really are just like him, you know? Thank you, Clive, for coming back to me. I am proud to call you nephew. Well then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my Canvarian friend to share his considerable talents. I mean to plunder his coffers and prove myself worthy of a place in your merry band. Till then, my boy.
Till then.
My boy.
Go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew. We have much to catch up on, you and I. I shall expect you to regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet. You can regale me too, Torgal.
We will never see Uncle again.
I, honest to God, was expecting that the second he walked more than 10 feet away from us, an arrow was going to hit him in the back.
Well, I mean, he's sought redemption. Sinking redemption is another thing that is, like, touchstone of characters that are going to die. Like,
Yeah. Uncle has just, like, 80 flags on him that are like, this character's going to die, and I hate it.
yeah, I legitimately think we will not see him again.
Yeah.
He's just gonna we're gonna get a
what-
missive that find out that he died.
No, we're gonna see him die.
Eh.
Like, he's gonna, like, be on his last breath and we'll run in.
Fuck! What are they stored? What is
Because they got cut off.
Done to me.
Bro, the table didn't do anything.
Out of my sight, wench! I'll kill you, Rosfield! I'll rip out your heart! I'll tear you limb from limb!
Peace, Hugo. The table shan't hurt you any longer.
He sought to humiliate me. Me! If you hadn't interfered, he would be dead!
You truly believe you would have triumphed had the battle continued?
Titan would have ground him into dust!
Continued.
And how would he have done that without his head?
Shut up!
You weren't strong enough, and you call yourself a dominant. Or rather, you did.
You mock me, Harbert.
Do you see, Hugo? You are weak.
Fuck!
But so long as that fire burns within you, there is still hope. There may yet be a way for you to take your revenge.
Tell me, what must I do? Please, I'll do anything. Just tell me.
The heart.
What of it?
A mother crystal's heart is the most concentrated source of ether in all creation. Perhaps you could take advantage of that. Of course, the crystal would not yield her blessing to any ordinary man. But then, you are no ordinary man, are you, Hugo? Clive Rosfield stole your power, but others have suffered a similar fate, and still managed to find the strength to conjure their icon. Like Benedicta Harmon. She too drank of the ether and gained a power beyond human understanding.
She did. Benedicta. Benedict. I'll do it. My love. I'll avenge you.
This poor guy has been used his entire life and continues to be used by anyone that comes near him.
Hugo. You need only follow the light.
We're gonna have to fight Super Titan.
Titan Extreme.
Muthos is here. Very well, it shall be so. You may leave everything to me, Your Majesty.
More Eldritch entities.
I was actually about to say, because there's only one person who's called us Mythos, and it's been Ultima.
Yep. My thinking is still that Uncle's going to die off screen, and it will kickstart the next leg of our journey. Because it gives us another reason to go after another group of people.
Yeah. Potentially.
But I hope this is not Uncle's blood.
Just catch up, it's okay.
we stumble into Warhammer?
Did the royalists bring them from Ash?
And we're gonna go ahead and take another commercial break real quick. Stretch, get some water, take care of yourselves. See you on the other side. And we're back. Thank y'all for sticking with us.
Are the beastmen part of the Waluda army now? How the hell did that happen? They've spotted us.
Orcs have never looked like this in Final Fantasy games. That's why, like, it feels way more Lord of the Rings or, like, Warhammer to me. Maybe less Warhammer. Warhammer is kind of goofy.
I can't remember any orcs in these Final Fantasy games.
But they're in 11 and 14.
Are?
Maybe they're not in 14, actually. That's strange.
I can't think of any.
They are definitely in 11. But, yeah, I don't think they are in 14.
I kind of remember goblins in 14.
Yes, goblins are definitely in 14.
They very much look like cartoon goblins.
Yes.
Wouldn't really work here.
Yeah. These just look so, like, out of the realm of, like, what I'm expecting Final Fantasy 1 to look like.
That's fair enough.
I've punched a dog. How do I taunt again?
The taunt button.
Yeah, I just don't remember the button for it. I thought I was pushing it, but it didn't work. Well, R2 plus that. Okay.
So much for the men of the rock.
I feel like that's faster and does more damage. That's why I was like, I should just be letting things attack me.
Animals should never have left Ash.
Expecting the other guy to attack me, not that one. That time I blocked. Jester at. Up there. How do I get up there? Oh wait, right.
Not good. I needed that.
Why am I so bad at the blocking all of a sudden?
That's better.
fight Titan, I don't know which would be funnier. Killing him with his own power, or killing him with Garuda's power.
To me, boy.
I don't know.
I needed that.
Takes a lot of effort to throw that switch down.
It's very heavy.
Stairs. This must be the way out. Sneaking past this one. How did it get in here? Kupka never did do things by halves. As if taking the Mother Crystal for his own wasn't enough. He had to build his castle in it.
Let the trial begin.
You.
What the hell?
With me, Paul. That was a lot less threatening than it looked like it was going to be. All that guy had to do to make that scary as shit was like move a little bit. Oh, nice counter. Like that. No, he still barely moved. I'm sorry, I'm just so used to Final Fantasy 14 where anytime there's a move like that, they do like a 360-degree turns.
The combat is so much fun.
Yeah. You getting the Titans counter, I feel like was a huge jump for you.
Yeah, that's very much like my play style.
Seems we're expected.
So this is the power of Muthos.
Muthos?
Mewtwo.
orcs do this too.
I'm gonna take a look at something because I'm not really happy with this ability. It says it does a ton of damage, which it does to like groups of enemies, but not single target bosses.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna get this one instead. Put it on where, put the other one on triangle, because I feel like this one does way more damage to single target stuff like I want this one to. But this one will be good for like building stagger and doing damage, so plus it looks amusing to me.
Stay down.
What the hell is going on? Are these things here for me? Or for him?
I knew there was a goodie over here. Final Fantasy senses were tingling. Opponents will use the ability Bravery from Final Fantasy Tactics in 12 to invigorate nearby allies. I guess it was also in 13 they started using it a lot more often. Enemies with Bravery will deal more damage.
I think that enemies with bravery would also just
get countered immediately and die.
Well, yeah. But I was more thinking enemies with bravery would be like less likely to be staggered or feared or
yeah. This thing with bravery on it in front of me is really like, oh wow, he actually did like attack back. That was pretty good. Gosh, there are so many of these buffer things that needs to die. You get out of here. Bravery's 3 and Guilty Gear.
that mode is so fun.
First
Yes, this Cydia is another one that we need to get around to playing at some point.
Have you not played Dissidia? I thought we did.
Not the PSP one. We played the PC release. But
No, I thought we played the PSP version together separately.
Ooh, definitely
Who did I
not.
play that with then? I know I played it alongside someone. Because I know I remember complaining about a lot of things to someone and then them saying like, yeah, I don't like that either or something. Maybe just Forrest. I thought it was you, but...
Definitely wasn't. I know Forrest was also playing it, so it might have been him.
I guess that was. The main thing I remember is I played both the original and like the there was like a second making of it that like added a few characters.
Yeah, Duodecim.
Yeah, I played both of them, and I just remember Duodecim added Laguna, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Laguna was OP as hell. Just having a gun in a fighting game? Hey, pretty good. It was one of those things where like it was balanced fine if you were fighting another player, but the AI did not know how to deal with the gun at all.
Okay. I appreciate seeing the game over screen a little bit more often, even though I'm playing a little bit more recklessly. But like, it still is good to feel like the game's like
trying.
Yeah, putting up more of a fight against me. Okay, it's harder to fit in all of these attacks in time now.
You have to do all three of them?
No, I'm just trying to get enough in to like build up stagger gauge that my big attack does more damage.
That looks so cool too.
Yeah, the visual flair on this game is very nice. Away we go.
The thing I remember from the city is bombs away, bombs away, bombs away. I don't... Was that Laguna's special? I don't remember. I just remember there was so many like... Oh my god, I played as Zoner before I even knew what Zoners were. Laguna's HP attack, okay. I just remember like, you could just shoot most of the AI and they just didn't know what to do. And so I just kept shooting him with the machine gun.
I'm mostly playing Cloud of Darkness in the PC version.
I think me and Forrest fought over who could be the king of fishing.
Yeah, I feel like I remember that too.
I don't think you could be the same person on a team.
No, you can't.
He's in the sanctuary. I can feel it. Come on, Torgal.
Yeah, it's been so long since I played any of the Dissidia games either way.
Yeah.
I just remember Laguna was constantly a part of my team in the PSP games.
I wanted to play the PC version more, but they kept releasing more characters, and I wanted the more characters, but like didn't want to be like, let's get the more characters and play more, when it didn't seem like anyone else was enjoying it as much as I was.
I didn't hate it. I remember liking it to a degree. It's one of those things where, like, I don't really care for that monetization scheme very much that they use, where it's like, you can have one of 4 characters for free on rotation.
Yeah, but we just got like the battle pass thing that gave all the characters until they started adding more characters. Like, we had like 30 characters.
Oh, okay, well then never mind. I don't remember. Oh, that's right. No, the rotation thing was only if you did pay for the game at all. That's right.
Yeah.
It was free otherwise. That's right. I'm misremembering. Yeah, when it's you're getting free game there. Like, you get what you take, or you take what you get.
I remember they added Tifa and then Xenos. There might have been one up here, but maybe those.
They added Final Fantasy 14 mage.
We had Yestola.
Did we have Yestola at launch?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she got added. I thought her and Xenos were like a partway through thing.
No, Xenos definitely was a partway through thing, but Yestola was in the like.
The thing I remember is it like Dissidia spoiled that Yestola was going to become a black mage.
Yes.
Which I thought was very funny. Also, not sure if intentional. Like, I think they just wanted to give her better attack skills, and then it just so happened, by the way, that's real.
Yeah.
To them.
Like, it just felt like they wanted to make her a stance character, like how old White Mage was.
Yeah.
And then, whoops, accidentally spoiled the fact that she becomes actually a black mage.
Benedicta, my everything. I've missed you so much. Kuka! I swear to you, my love, we will never be parted again.
What's wrong with him?
Oh, Clive's a vampire.
I knew it. Clive has been backwards Dracula this whole time. Alucard, there we go. I don't remember what his name actually is eventually.
Just like Lords of Shadow, he's actually Gabriel Belmont. He's gonna become Dracula. definitely gonna get Titan versus Ifrit. Big kaiju battle.
Come on.
Find him. You've done this before. You can do it again. Let the flames burn within you. No. Let them burn without.
Come to me, Ifrit! Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Mm. It sounds like he's saying if feet. He's trying to summon someone really into the foot fetish.
Feet. Kaiju fight! Kaiju fight! Yeah!
Oh, his hands are still gone. Ah, there we go.
These legitimately are like kaiju fights, like to the point that Ifrit is basically Godzilla. And yes, there are things bigger than Godzilla.
Yep. The thing is Godzilla is only the bad guy when there's no other monsters around.
Yeah.
Like the second there's some other threat, Godzilla kind of like switches sides.
It's curious when you understand what Godzilla represents. No, Godzilla's the atomic bomb.
Ah.
It's probably a simplified way of like talking about it. Like it's like Japan's response to the atomic bomb, but still like
Right.
Nice trick. But if you can do it, then so could I!
we've learned that even though we've absorbed his powers, we have not prevented him from becoming Titan.
Well, we don't know if that's completely true, actually.
He's Titan right now.
Yes, but he's Titan because of the Mother Crystal. Like the Mother Crystal like recharged what we took from him. Because from the sounds of it, of what that other guy was saying to him at the dinner table.
Let's give this a try.
he was unable to call upon any of Titan's powers after the fact. Because that's what it heavily inferred to me. And like this, because like maybe it's not so much he lost the power because he's still the dominant Titan, but he couldn't call upon it anymore for some reason or another. Mother Crystal like reawoken that ability in him. At least that's what it seems like to me.
Maybe. There's a lot being left up to interpretation in this.
We might also get a more concrete understanding later. But I feel like we still don't fully understand the extent of what we are.
Yeah. Just did the Hulk attack on us. Yeah, throw him. Must be amethyst.
Delicious.
What the hell has he done?
Yeah, crystal. Nom 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 yum. Whoa.
There's Super Titan.
Titan Extreme.
Found to help me. It's do or die. I'm coming, Kuka.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Or as sure as breath, goodness.
That's the kind of shit I'm here for. God. How about the walking playthrough Wrath too?
Yeah. I think the plan was already to do Asura's Wrath after this, because like Asura's Wrath is referenced so much by this game.
Yeah. A dragon dude run. Quite literally, he is very hot. On fire.
The Final Fantasy XIV composer is pretty fond of doing multiple genres. That's why there's a rock song playing. It's not because this is trying to be the edgy year 2000 stuff.
It's just because Titan's a rock.
Yeah.
It's appropriate.
Rock.
I'm not wrong. Look at him, he's a big old rock. If you ask someone what kind of music does Titan like, if the answer is being given as the correct answer, a person would say, oh yeah, they like rock.
Took his hand off again.
I've got you now.
Oh, you got his hand. Or did him. Ow! That was a big damage number.
Because it has like majorly increased all the damage numbers because we're like, you know, deities.
Yeah.
Come back here. Not done with your hand yet. Bring your fist back here. Oh, come on. This is Titan Extreme. Did I get hit by, like, his force set?
It was just 5 seconds, it's fine.
Much smaller. Somebody hasn't seen Ashura's Wrath clearly.
God, that game is so
The first boss of Ashura's Wrath is bigger than the entire planet and attacks you with just a single finger coming down on you. You win the fight. The game continues to escalate from this point.
Yup. Remember how long ago it was, but Harley had us watch a long play of it in like a video night one night, and it was extremely good to watch.
It's a long play that I like a whole lot because the commentary's all right. Some of the people are a little like negative on the game in points, because they think it's just better to watch than it is to play, but I disagree respectfully. But the best part about it is that Ashura's Wrath is meant to be like an anime, so it has like the commercial bumpers that are like before and after the commercial break. They actually went and found a bunch of Japanese commercials to like put in between the commercial breaks.
Wasn't the Whopper thing one of them?
No. Okay. I just very much like that commercial.
Forrest hated that commercial, on the other hand.
Yes. But what kind of friend am I if I'm not torturing my friends with terrible things sometimes?
Like Scar. I don't know why that video sets me off so much. It's funny, and I do love it deep down, but at the same time, I really hate it. I really hate it.
did say it would be funny if we beat him with his own powers, so this kind of counts, right?
Yep, totally does. This does feel just incredibly like a scene out of Azura's Wrath.
Yes, this is like 110% Azura's Wrath. Falling towards the planet at 1,000,000 miles an hour, attacking things on along the way. Like, yeah, this is Azura's Wrath. I am still incredibly grateful for whoever on the Final Fantasy 16 team was like, you know, Azura's Wrath had some really good ideas. Let's use those.
Seriously. And hey, I think they made it extremely the right call. I'm probably late to say it, but Vespa Shiro? I don't know how to pronounce words. We've been over this. Switch to how to pronounce words quickly.
Yeah! Split him in half. The Eldritch Holders are back. Oh wait, no what? Is Titan still alive? What?
Now he's just normal Titan. Earlier he was Titan Boss.
This is still extremely Azura's Wrath.
It's like 100%. Like, it's almost to the point, like, you could take one of these scenes you've seen in the past, like, half hour or so, and been like, hey, look at this cool mod I made for Azura's Wrath. Small Titan, big Titan, small Titan. Actually, wait, no, I never did this. Is that normal fight though? Every time I've done a raid on launch day, I just feel very powerful as a red mage. Because I'm just like, oh, that guy died? Nah, no problem. Oh, both the healers died? Nah, we're good. fist.
Sorry, I was trying really hard to make sure that, like, we had enough time, so I'm staggering out the commercial longer.
Okay.
I was trying not to interrupt and, like, just trying to hold on as long as possible, but I want to make sure we don't miss anything here.
Yeah, punch his face. Punch his face in the face. Practice flame again.
If I had known there was that little left, I would have just waited. We could have made it. It would have been tight, but we would have just made it.
Yeah, but then we would have missed this cutscene.
Yeah, that's fair. Double check and see how much we've got padded out wise. And we'll destroy a third mother crystal while we're at it.
Yeah. I need this cutscene overlaid with hear, feel, think.
Yeah, it does very much seem like he's got the echo headache.
Is that you, Ultima? What do you want?
Your soul is tainted with worthless human will, yet your thirst for power remains undiminished. With every sip you take, you grow in strength, and soon you shall achieve perfection.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You will accept us, Mythos. It is inevitable. You were created for this purpose, and you shall serve it.
Never!
Punch him in the face. Punch him in the face.
Fight it, Clive! Don't let him in!
Consciousness. We see now. Human will is so insubstantial it cannot exist in isolation. You mitigate its weakness by interweaving it with your consciousness. We believed we had merely to purge you of your will to claim our vessel. It appears we first have to sever every thread of the consciousness that supports it. No matter. The time to build a new world is not yet upon us. We will contemplate.
Thank you, Lucky Feather.
Thank you, Joshua.
Thank you, Phoenix Down.
One can no more command the power of ether by drowning in its flood than one can constrain the tides by standing in the sea. I had thought Hugo wiser than this, but it seems his head was full of rocks after all.
Oh, shut up. You knew he wasn't.
Titan was strong.
He attacked a table,
Your
my
Majesty.
But Mythos is stronger. For 5 years, that man lived only for revenge. Clinging fast to a fiction, even as it swept him into the abyss. One cannot change one's nature through force of will alone. Only the Almighty can do that.
Hugo Kupka, the man who gave his life for a woman's head.
Do we need to run ads?
Gotta push the ad further out still.
Okay.
A fool like all
At least
the
you do that.
rest.
Yep.
Because I run my ads manually, I don't have the option to do that. It's the one advantage to having them automated.
Oh, that the death of a mother crystal should be so beautiful.
Some medicine, my lord? I have salves, potions, anything you need.
Stop bothering me, urchin, or you'll feel the back of my hand.
You must consider your health, my prince. If a show of force is needed to keep the Dalmex at bay, you may trust in your dragoons. I beg you to call on Bahamut only as a last resort. His strength comes at too great a cost.
The Empire agreed to an armistice with the Republic, and yet the Emperor still plots its ruin. For now, the Dalmex suspect nothing, and as long as I can hold their gaze, war need not be inevitable. But more than that, Bahamut is the champion of the Empire. When our people look to the heavens, the sight of him gives them hope. Forgive me, Terence. Would that you were my master. But alas.
I will always be your loyal servant.
Yeah, oh indeed.
Should the Council's brazen maneuvering prompt the Republic to tear up their own treaty and launch a new assault, our soldiers would advance to meet them, cutting across the Central Isles, but not in time to prevent their forces from breaching the southern defenses and storming Twinside. And so the capital would become
Commercials
a
out a little
battlefield.
bit further.
Thousands of innocents would die. I cannot allow that to happen.
There is one small mercy, at least. You will not be forced to do battle with Titan.
Would that I could avoid doing battle at all.
1,000 pardons, Your Highness.
What is it?
Olivier has been made emperor. What is the meaning of this? My father's orders. What were they? Quickly!
Yes, Your Highness. His Radiance requests that Your Highness maintain position here and...
Ah! Terence.
Yes, my prince.
I must go to the palace.
I'll ready your steed.
What is it now?
Forgive the intrusion, Your Highness.
I know you. At ease. We stand in the presence of the Phoenix. You wouldn't want to get your fingers burned.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. Though I admit, I did not expect such a distinguished guest.
How many years has it been since the Remembrance ceremony? 20?
I thought you long dead. Do I address a ghost?
Many have told me that I look like one. But no. I'm alive. Just. Prince Dion of the House Lesage, I have a tale to tell you.
Oh, but we don't get to listen to it.
Imagine he's just gonna tell them about us.
Nope, he told us a bunch of stuff that we don't even know yet, and just Gabe's like, "Fuck y'all, leave."
I think if we're gonna keep going, we should run commercials now.
Yeah, it is getting kind of late though.
Yeah, I need to like run the commercials either way though, just to get them out of the. And try and wrap up at home base and finish up.
Yeah.
So get some water, get a stretch, and we will finish out our last little bit tonight.
Sounds good.
And we're back.
Hooray.
Yeah, this works. This is like the very start of getting back to base.
Okay.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border cross.
Clive, you're back. I am. And with glad tidings for once. Hugo Kupka is no more.
Well, I'll be. All of our comrades who lost their lives back at Sid's place be smiling down at you right now.
We had a stole us from Lubor saying Drake's fang had fallen. I expect that was your doing as well, was it?
It's a long story.
One for the history books, I'll bet.
Welcome home, Clive.
It's good to be back. You look better.
I feel it. Which means I'm coming on your next little adventure. You're not leaving me behind again.
Wouldn't dream of it. Otto, any word on the Royalist movement since I've been away?
Shouldn't you be putting your feet up? If you really want to know, go and have a word with Vivian.
Thank you. I will.
Ah, the conquering hero returns. And with hardly a scratch on him.
I may have picked up one or two.
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting our resident physiker suggests that you picked up something more important. A scent. The scent of Waludas.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, he took them to his grave. As did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken over the Fang. Orcs, Vivian. I've never seen such creatures in Storm before. The Waludas must have ferried them over from Ash, but why? Why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home, the mother crystal of an allied nation, and let both fall? It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men and the Adamantus? One can often be led astray by focusing too closely on individual details. One must instead see the bigger picture. And what bigger picture is there than my map? The Kingdom of Walud claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion.
He's visiting South Shroud, don't worry about it.
Sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Walud shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Walud? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waluda standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Tell them that those wounds might finally begin to heal. Consider it the price of today's instruction.
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human. And we are, all of us, sentimental animals at heart.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
It's on the hunt board. Oh, wow, we got a whole bunch of new ones that we're gonna go do. Very cool.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts. All yours. Come again. I may have more for you.
We're seeing troops amassing in it.
Well, someone looks pleased with himself. It's true what I'm hearing, then.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true. Kupka is dead.
No more looking over our shoulders, then. Good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head, though.
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
What is it? I'm busy.
I wanted to tell you that Hugo Kupka is dead.
I can't tell you how long I've been waiting to hear those words. This is it then. A new beginning under a new Sid.
I'll try to live up to the name.
What do you need? A Sancfordian, do you? Not bad, if I do say so myself. Not my best work, but it'll do.
Ah, Clive. Have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
No. To share mine, actually. Hugo Kupka is dead.
Oh, my. Can it really be true?
Look, he's crying. He is. Big baby.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep with us. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go, put away your things.
Thanksgiving's next week.
Brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kuka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. I have scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him with my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only one who has. To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal man.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. It means a lot. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips. Hugo Kupka is dead.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border cross. You barely sat down since you came home. Vivian got you running errands or something?
Just spreading the word.
So, the Professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed.
No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news.
Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing. Not least of all Sid. You should tell him.
You're right. I should. And I will.
Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tong down at that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave.
Very well. I'll suggest it.
I think Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon. All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal...
Displacement stack. Here.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I were hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts meching. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides, that stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
The Enterprise is a reference to Star Trek, of course, but it was also originally used in Final Fantasy II, I believe, for the name of the airship.
Blackthorn, can I ask a
Oh,
favor?
I'm muted.
Out with it.
Dang it.
It's for
I've been
Mid.
replying to things, I swear.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
Krieger's Tates. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy though. And I'll need help. Get Gav and Otto in here, will you?
All right.
This is when we started screaming for Gav to help. Gav, help.
Gav, help!
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Valkyrie. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand collecting the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, and we can get this over with. You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these 2 lucky souls is going with you?
That's not even a question.
Yeah.
Gav, you're with me.
Of course it's Gav.
All right then. So, where do we find this Stardust stuff?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Valkyrie. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
Southern reaches of the Valkyrie, eh? That's down past Dalamil. I'll go and scout the place out. See about hiring us a wagon to bring the stuff back to.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick up the rest of this stuff from Blackthorn's supplier. Take care.
You two, eh? Don't go letting him fleece ya.
Fleece me? I like to see him try.
In your own time.
Forgot to check her stock.
Is it business or pleasure? Come again. Oh, don't.
And I didn't
I'm not much bothered
update
either way.
the tones either.
Is there something I might assist you with, Clive? I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. If you have a question for me, I should be happy to
I think
answer
that bar went a little further because we waited a little longer to do it.
May have been.
We didn't get to 5 either way, though.
Yeah. Side quests to do there too. Side quests way up here. Much as tempting as it is to like start designing, like start getting the airship stuff done so that it's out of the way next time, like I don't think we can, because it's gonna like tie in with a bunch of the side quests and stuff.
Yeah, I'm also just getting really tired.
Yeah, so we'll just call it here.
Okay.
All for tuning in. We're
Thank you,
dealing
Gav.
with technical difficulties. Thank you, Gav.
For pointing them out, yeah.
We will see you next week. Yes, technically it's this week because we're doing Sunday. But yeah, this upcoming Friday after Thanksgiving, be here once again with more Final Fantasy 16. It's very enjoyable.
I'm liking this game a lot so far.
Mm-hmm.
We got to punch Titan with his own fists. We had a fucking huge slice of punch scream god man whose name I forgot the name of the game already.
Sure's Wrath.
Thank you. We had a huge slice of Sarah's Wrath. And yeah. Game is good so far.
Yep. We'll see you then. Farewell, everyone.
Later.